This is the Google Fitbit Air, the latest wearable from Google and a direct competitor to the Whoop, Apple Watch, and other fitness wearables. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Damani, a tech lifestyle creator based out of Dallas. We just passed 200 subscribers, so I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and showing support to the channel. Now let's get into the video. I've been using the Google Fitbit Air for about 3 weeks now. I've been spending time with it, using it for my workouts, walking around town, just implementing it into my daily life. So I can tell you if it's worth the $99 or you should go with something else. Let's get this out the way at the beginning of the video. The Fitbit Air is a $99 single purchase, meaning all you have to do is just purchase the device and you can still use it. Sleeping, heart rate monitoring, all the good features in a fitness band are still available to you without a subscription. Unlike the Whoop, which you have to spend $200 on the device itself and then at least $150 in subscription fees a year. So take that as you may. For me personally, I believe that's better, especially in a world where subscriptions are becoming the standard, that you can buy a device, no subscription required, and you can use it for its intended purpose. It's great. When you buy the Fitbit Air, it comes with a 3-month trial of the premium features. During the first week of me using the device, I asked the AI coach to explain in further detail about my sleep. And honestly, it was pretty interesting. It also gave me suggestions on how to improve my sleep and would take into consideration when planning my workouts. So if one night I didn't sleep too good, I'd wake up the next day and the AI coach would tailor my workout that day depending on the level of sleep that I did get or I didn't get. For people that aren't too knowledgeable about fitness or sleep, the AI coach could actually benefit them. One thing that I also really liked is that the Fitbit Air would actually track some of the random naps that I would end up taking throughout the day after my workout. It's something I really wasn't expecting, to be honest. Now let's get into the UI. The UI of the Google Health app is good. I'd honestly say it does the job, which there's nothing wrong with that. I had originally thought that it was complicated the first week, but that's mainly because I was getting used to it. And I didn't take the time to really go deep into the app and figure out where everything is. Honestly, you really have everything you need on the home screen of the app. And if you need to go deeper into a section, they all have their own section. Sleep, health, they're all there. Now we're gonna get into the activities. When you're actively working out, you're locked into one screen. On that screen, it has the relative information such as heart rate, steps, distance, and any other information relative to whatever workout you're currently doing. Now, let's get into the pros of the Google Fitbit Air. Now, these are kind of tailored to me and things that I've noticed in my experience, but may be helpful or not so helpful to you. So the first pro, there's no screen on the device. So when I'm not doing an activity, it allows me to be in the moment. There is no notification bringing me out of what I'm doing. I can just walk, listen to music. How many interviews y'all gonna do just to get ice? Damn. They try to cover it up like a kilt. Or just be in the moment of whatever I'm doing. It actually makes it a lot better when I'm around the house or I'm just doing something that doesn't require physical activity. It's, not distracting. If I'm watching a movie, there's no buzz, there's no vibrate, it doesn't make a sound. Now the second pro, it's just a pill. So that means I'm able to wear other watches with it. Now, do they really go together? Not really, but with no screen, it allows me to wear actual watches while this stays a little more discreet. Chat, let me know what you think. Fitbit Air, regular watch. What do you think? I don't see, honestly, it's not really that bad. Like, I see it as like wearing like those bracelets or something like that. Like, it's not even bad. I don't think I do it like all on one arm. But like for this is pretty simple. Like, I mess with it. Like, that's the whole idea of not wanting to use the Apple Watch. Third pro, you can customize the information at the top of the app in the Google Health app to whatever is important to you and your needs. Now, I did try to customize it and I changed it around a little bit, but I did change it back because the initial screen when I first booted up the device, was actually pretty perfect. Now, this may have been obvious, but there is no subscription needed with this device. Like I said, it is a $99 pretty much flat fee, and you can still use it without the subscription, which is nice. The AI coach, I would say that's more for people who are kind of new, or just people who kind of just want like a simple experience. They buy it, they have a free premium trial, they put in everything they want to do, and the AI coach builds a plan for them and they just go with it. Now, for some of the negatives or things that Google could improve with the Fitbit Air. Now, this is like one of the biggest ones that I've experienced while using over the past 3 weeks, is that the app constantly sends a notification for it to be open to keep syncing. It really is annoying having to keep getting that notification over and over again. Now, I know what you're saying. I could just turn it off, but I would rather it just do its work in the background and just not notify me completely. It's what my Apple Watch did. Why can't this do the same? Here's another negative, but also an improvement I feel like Google should make to the app. While you're in an activity, because you are locked on that certain screen while doing a workout, I would say Google needs to make the pause button a little smaller. And I say this because I was doing a workout and it actually paused it. This exact screen you see always has to be on. Like you can't, like as long as you're working out, you have to stay in the screen. And like I said, as I just put it out in my pocket, the screen was on. What happened to me earlier is it paused mid, like randomly. And so I kind of lost some, it didn't track me walking and I was still walking. So what I'm saying is like change with that is like being able to allow a different screen to be used instead of having, while within the app, right? Instead of keeping it on that screen, allow it to be able to go to another part of the app while just maybe keeping the workout maybe in the notch, right? Or a small circle on like the top right or top left of the screen, you know, just somewhere where it's like out the way and it's less likely to be like hit. Now, I know there's also user error. I could have left the screen on my phone and then the skin to phone contact might have automatically paused it. Say if somebody's running and they start it and then they just put it in their pocket, don't even pick up their phone until they're done, the app paused it because it was in their pocket. You know, it's little things like that that I feel like could be improved. If I'd have to give an overall review on the device, it is good. Compared to my Apple Watch Ultra, obviously there's, you know, one's a little bit more advanced. One is multifunctional. This is strictly pretty much just fitness. It's smaller than the Apple Watch, more discreet, but it accomplishes all my goals, especially for fitness. I don't need a device on my wrist that tells me my screen because I have my phone with me almost all the time. I don't always need something to remind me of like a notification. I just need something that'll track my steps, track my workout, and that's it. Honestly, this will definitely replace my Apple Watch 100%. Since I've picked this device up, I haven't even touched my Apple Watch. It's been sitting on the charger for the past 3 weeks. That's how much I enjoy the Fitbit Air. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and comment what you think about the Fitbit Air. Will you be purchasing the Fitbit Air? Do you know people that have it? I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Like I said, thank you for 200 subscribers. I appreciate all the love and support, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.